Hi, this is Jen Wall, the Instructional Technology Integration Specialist for Solvay and Lincourt Union Free School District. In this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips to help your students at home with the Seesaw application. Tip number 1 is to be sure to look for multiple slides when an activity has been assigned to your student. The students will receive a notification next to the Activities tab on the right-hand side of their Seesaw application. I have a new activity titled Would You Rather, Family Edition. If you select the play button, the instructor will read the instructions to your students. When it's time for the students to respond to the activity, they're going to click the green rectangle to add a response. This is going to open up an editable field for your students to use. At the bottom, we have several drawing tools for the student to use and an eraser tool. Along the left-hand side, we have the ability for students to add a text box, record an audio response using the microphone, to take a picture or a video, or we have 3 dots that allow students to add shapes, backgrounds, or insert a link. On the far right-hand side of the activity field is the location where more slides might be available. They could be hidden in this side panel. To access the side panel, you're going to select 1 out of 6, and you're going to select the different slides to toggle through for your student to complete the activity. Once the activity is completed, the students are going to turn it into their teacher by selecting the green check mark in the top right-hand corner. Tip number 2 is to try your best to take a clear and steady picture of an object that you may be submitting to your teacher. In this assignment, I've been asked to take a picture of a worksheet or of a workbook. So I'm going to access the photo option in my Seesaw application. When I select the photo option, it is going to turn on my camera. And this is the example of my worksheet that I need to turn into my teacher by taking a picture of it. So 2 things that sometimes happens with this. First of all, sometimes paper is really thin, so it's really hard to see the text on the paper. To help with this problem, you can simply hold up a folder or a book behind it so that we're creating not a see-through situation. The second thing that you can do is slightly tilt the folder and the worksheet towards the camera. So this would look like this, towards the camera. This is going to help a little bit with the lighting. And then the last thing that you need to do before you take the picture is make sure that you're holding your hand kind of steady, okay? And this sometimes is a 2-person job. Once you have your paper in front of your camera, it's tilted toward the camera, and you've got something kind of thick behind it, you can click any of the camera icons on the screen to take the picture. So let's take one and see how it comes out. So this picture came out a little bit blurry, so I'm going to give it a second shot. In the top left-hand corner, there's a trash can that I'm going to select, and this is going to delete the picture and let me try another one. So I'm going to select photo again. I'm going to hold my worksheet up to the camera. I have a folder behind it to make it a little bit thicker. I'm going to slightly tilt the worksheet towards the computer. So the top of the worksheet is being tilted towards the computer, and then I'm going to hit the camera icon. Tip number 3 asks you to look for work that has been returned to you from your teacher in which the student might need to make corrections and resubmit their work. If your teacher asks you to resubmit an activity, it will show up a second time on your Activities tab. When I select one draft of this activity, and I select my name at the bottom, it will open up a field in which I can see the comments from my teacher when I scroll down to the bottom. So my teacher, Mrs. Wall, says, "Hi Jason, you forgot to answer the question on slide 2. Can you please make corrections and resubmit?" To edit my original, I'm going to select the orange edit button in the top right-hand corner. This will allow me to head back over to my original, use the side pane to navigate to slide number 2, and complete the response. Once I've made corrections or I've completed the activity, I hit the check mark in the top right-hand corner to send it back to my teacher.